Good morning, guys. Do you hear me? I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not, but this is another setup for live streaming. So if you can just join as from your Microsoft team using your account, you should be able to see 3 windows. Let me try to share with you my screen here to see if you can do this or not. Just a second. Okay, so there's no voice. I'll try to fix this. Do you hear me now, guys? Okay, so it looks like you can hear me, but I can't hear you. So what we are going to do, because this is a streaming platform, so it's kind of one-way communication. I'm just trying to test it now if we can use it. The only we can't, but you can't hear us. Okay, so I am trying to use this one because it should be a public presentation. So others who doesn't have SAIT account, they can join us using this platform as an audience. Okay, so let's try to test it together if we can use it. So now you can only hear me, but let's do a test. Can one of you guys try to take the control? So you'll see a screen like this. I think you see my screen now. So on the button you'll see this is your camera, and then you can share. So what you need to do is click first on the left here, and then share your camera. So if you click on the camera here, you should be able to see the camera on the left side, like this. So, and then you can send to a live. Click send to live. So Anas, can you do a test for me, please? Can you do this? Can you click on your camera? Did you connect using your SAIT account? Okay. Anybody can see this screen like what I have? So the camera should be on the bottom. not sure actually how to give you control, guys. But you should be joining as a presenters. Let me try to see here if I can send you another link to go as a presenter. I think this is the same link you have. Get it.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Anas, you hear me, yes?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Do you see the screens on the button?
Yeah, now it's working.
Okay, that's excellent. So I think, yeah, Anas, could you join me? Try to answer my call, Anant. Okay, maybe I have to invite you in a different way. That's good. So try to invite everybody now. Thank you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. I thought there was it just gave me an option, video only or audio only. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I want you guys, one of you, can you try to take the control to make the live stream?
Take a control, request control.
Yeah.
Like that or what?
Irada, allow. Okay, so I give it to Irada. Can you present now, Irada?
What was that latency?
Just click on the camera on the button. It should pop up to the left window. Then you click on the send live button, the blue button.
And let's see. I don't need to share my screen or anything, do I?
You can if you want, but just try to.
There seems to be some echo and latencies.
Yeah, there should be some latency.
The blue button. Where's
Yes,
the blue button?
doing fine, thank you. Yeah, the other room. So Mostafa, people are asking like Mostafa is inviting you one by one.
Yes, I'm inviting everyone now. So yeah, give me a few minutes. I'm just inviting you. Can you do live streaming, Irada, or do you want anybody else to test it?
Yeah, someone else can test it because I can't.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Mostafa, I'm requesting.
Okay, so I'll give it to Lidia to give it a try.
Can you see what I'm doing? Mostafa, can you see my presentation?
See what, sorry? What do you see now, guys? Do you see me or do you see anything from Lidia?
Can you see presentation?
All right, yeah, now we see Lida's presentation.
Yes, that's good. We started to get control of this.
But then there's a lot of delay.
Yeah, there is maybe 10 seconds delay, but we will try to make it whoever is presenting. It's one way. Then when we have questions, we'll try to manage it together to have some patience during questions. But for presentation, I think we should be okay.
Is the public in this thing as well, or is it just us?
If they are using the link, they can join using the link, but we will not see them here. But I'm asking you to join as presenters, so you can have control.
There is echo, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Karim.
Okay. I have the option to share, so I'm probably a presenter then.
Yeah.
Whom do you see, guys, now?
Sorry?
So what do you see, guys, now?
I just see the people and their cams.
So do you see me on the live stream, or do you see me as one of the group members?
I see you as one of the group members, but it has the red live thing by it.
Okay. So I want someone else to try to test to take control.
Okay, I'll try.
Let's see if you can present.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right. Perfect.
But in the live stream now, is it only Jacobus' screen, or there is anything else with Jacobus?
Yes.
So it's all of our group members. We were planning to take control.
Okay, so I'll try to. So if anybody wants to test it, please go ahead to make sure we can have this working correctly. I will try to invite the rest of the people. Chris, can you send me your name? I will try to invite the rest of the Chris, can you send me your name?
Okay, there's a lot of echo and latency. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, there will be 10 seconds latency.
Morning.
I see Anas, Kobus, yourself, Irada,
Oh,
Yeji, Ashkan.
Do you guys hear me when I talk? Can someone hear
Yeah,
me?
I can see.
We can't hear you when you talk. What did you
You
say?
can, okay, yeah. No, I just was, I just was asking,
Yeah,
nobody was answering.
Keith, please send me your name also.
one sec.
Is Anant here?
I don't know what's going on.
So I think I should now have everybody except Keith and Chris. Did you guys send me your names?
Mostafa, can you see the participants that are in this or no?
Yeah, I can see the participants on the bottom of my screen.
So we're missing a few people, a lot of people.
Yeah, Keith is trying to get in, but he hasn't got an invite.
I think there are 10 people missing.
Okay, because I need his original name, actually, can't remember it.
Okay, Mostafa?
Yes.
Well, something terrible happens on my side. Like I talk and everyone else talks, and then I hear the same thing like 5 seconds later, and it overlaps on top of like whatever currently people talking. So there is like double latency going on. Yeah.
You need to shut down leave the other meeting, Irada.
I should leave the other meeting. What other meeting?
You have another meeting going on?
The one we started this morning. I think even like Mostafa needs to shut down that one because I had the same, but when I leave that meeting, it's working now.
I don't think I have another meeting.
I don't have any other meeting.
Oh, your link, right? Your live stream link. That's what Anas is talking about.
Oh, if you join the live stream using the link, you mean?
Yes. So I left that now based on what Anas said, and it's working fine. Now it's okay.
Actually, yeah, Anas is right. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. There was like two screens on top of the other, right? That's interesting. Okay.
Thank you, Anas.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ashkan, did you put anything in the chat or?
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, Mostafa was looking for Chris's name. I put it there.
NWC.
It's for Mostafa. Mostafa,
Oh.
did you see Chris's name?
I was like, he's impersonating you, man.
So
I'm
Chris,
making
yeah,
a copy check
got
for
Chris.
Chris. Yes.
Yeah, where is Keith and Francis?
They're in the other meeting in the general chat.
Oh, okay. I'm
Oh,
there.
okay.
Thank you.
Let's see if we can get the names here. I can't get the names. Chris, are you in?
Yes. Yeah. I mean.
Okay. So I'm missing now Keith and Francis.
Dear brother, how did you blur your background?
There's an option where you choose backgrounds. There's an option. The very first one is blue.
Where can I do that?
You see the 3 dots, more actions.
Yeah.
When you click on it, there is a background effect.
Background. Oh.
Yeah.
Ah.
You can even send yourself to different planets. Like this is my planet, guys. I claimed it. Okay, this is my moon over there.
Oh, interesting.
Lots of backgrounds here.
Yeah. Chris, where did you send yourself? Is that a beach behind? You guys are both in San Diego? Was Yeji?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're having a mojito here.
The thing about this type of background, they kind of cut you in if you have a chair or something at the back. You see, like half of my face is gone.
Anata only left one, the person left. Okay. Mustafa, Anata is waiting outside.
Anant.
Anat.
So now we have Francis in.
Let me call
Francis Tran. Keith, are you in?
Yeah, I'm in.
So are you Francis or?
I'm
Keith? Keith,
Yeah.
okay. So it looks like Francis is still not in. I already.
And Anat.
Anant, I already
Anat
invited
is
him. I already invited him. I'm not sure why he's not
Invite
in.
again because I was talk to him before you get your invitation.
Okay. Anant, please leave the previous link. Like if you joined using the link, leave it. Leave this meeting because I'm sending you invitation here or ask you to join here. Same for Kayum and Marlon. Can you please, anybody wants to try to represent? Can you try to take control?
Lida, are you there?
Lida's our volunteer.
I don't see Lida.
So Chris now is presenting?
Oh,
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Okay, yeah, I see your PowerPoint.
Yeah, okay.
Now you have.
How many windows do you pop up in your website?
How many tabs?
Don't worry about my.
So now we are missing only maybe Kayum. Anant, are you in?
No, I'm still calling.
Ashkan, how are you doing?
Good buddy. How's it going?
Just keeping quiet. Why? We keeping quiet.
Can anybody call Anant?
We can't
Yes.
talk all at once,
Yeah.
right?
He's not responding.
And Kayum, also the same.
Yep. But Qayyum is not online.
Keith, you have long hair now. Where is your hat?
Oh, so that's why Mostafa cannot identify me, right? Yeah, because yeah, I should wear it.
You cut your hair?
Yeah. He asked, where is the keys? Are you?
Hey, were you?
Just Mostafa sent a message off to Kayum.
I think when you ask Anant to leave, he might have just closed the entire team.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, Anant is here?
No.
So I think we only now missing Kayum and maybe Anant. He has a problem to join us for whatever reason. Anant, try to maybe restart team, like, close it and join again, or I don't know what's the problem. Anybody else wants to try to represent, to make sure we can represent?
Mostafa, I
Yes.
tried, I had this request control, but then now I don't. So if I try to share,
Yeah, try to share.
okay?
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to request, actually. It looks like you can just share.
Leave it there, Lida. Stay sharing. We're
Oh,
starting.
now I have request control. So request control only appears when someone presents. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, if it looks like if there is nobody represent, so you can just have a control.
Mostafa,
Yes.
Anant just gave me a call that like he forgot his SAIT email's password and he couldn't log into SAIT email, so accordingly he couldn't get into our Microsoft Teams group meeting. So is there any way that we can invite with his personal email?
The point is he can use the link, but he will be just an audience. He can't represent if we use the link, but he will just hear us. But I think yesterday he was with us actually on Microsoft Teams. So
Yeah, but he said that he accidentally logged off of a SAIT account and then he forgot. Okay. And then he said like to reset password he had to contact IT guy at SAIT.
Okay. So I think
tell him SAIT password is in YYMMDD format. It's actually start with the year, month, date.
Yeah, but maybe he customized his password, I guess.
Okay, I'll tell you what, maybe he can use the link for now because he doesn't need to represent. You are group number 3 anyways, correct? So you still have time, so he can hear us using the link till he maybe work it out with IT if he can reset his password. If till your time you can't reset your password, maybe he can just if you can call him over on the phone so he can speak through your phone. Or anybody, I mean, can call him, so he will be with us over the phone at least.
That I just called Kayum and tell him and Tran, because they are in the same team. I say you send the link, let them check the link in Microsoft Team. He's doing that.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to use the link actually because I asked him to join.
That link doesn't work properly.
Yeah, I asked him to join, so he just need to accept the request. That's it.
Yeah, they know that now. Yeah, he's trying.
Okay. Colin, where are you, Colin?
Yeah, just still tell him the password is YYMMDD in case maybe he didn't change. Because the bright space is the other way, DDMMYY. I always also get like issues like that.
Yeah, Irada, we already told him. You look at that!
Hey, congratulations. I mean,
so cute.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Should be in there.
Yeah,
she's
congrats.
so tiny.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Wayne.
Under 5 pounds.
She looks like you, actually, doesn't she?
Yeah, the hair thing, right? Very little hair. Yeah.
Look like you at the beginning or finally. Because after 10 years, everything changed.
Yeah. Oh well.
So wait, did you learn her name?
Yeah.
Izara.
You had some confusion in the beginning.
Yeah, I know. It's Yara.
Oh, so it's Yara.
Yara.
Last time I said Yara, you said Zara.
Yeah, I know. I kept confusing it. Maybe because I like Yara or Zara. Yeah, it's funny though.
You'll get there.
Yeah, he's a cutie pie. Anyways.
Okay, guys, I think not sure what's the problem with Colin. Why he can join us, although he's online. Did anybody or could anybody while using the link, the audience link, could you send any messages through the messages, or you can't?
No, just listener and watcher.
Just listening, no link to post any
question
or anything.
There's no link I tried.
What do you mean, Anant? I just sent the message. You mean in the little chat messaging thing?
Yeah, can you send a message through chat?
Yeah, just said hello. I don't know if anybody can see it.
Yep, we can.
Yeah.
I can send the link to our website.
Yeah, but I mean using the link, not using here, like not as a presenter, like as an audience. I just want to make sure if audience can hear, can communicate or not.
Oh yeah, I'm here. Thank you.
Hey.
Hey,
Yes.
What was your password? YYDDMM?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I told you, right?
Oh, nobody uses SAIT's email ID anymore.
I mean,
set it up,
that's the reason why you forgot it. And how come you forgot your birthday?
You look like $1 million, man.
No change. No change,
You overdressed.
You are the only one who will get the 2 marks from the rubric for the formal clothing.
Yes, Anant, serious, again.
Now that we are not going out, we are using all this to, sit inside, cook and all,
I bet he has a pajamas, put him out down, right?
Okay, guys.
Shorts, Anant.
Yeah. Karim bhai, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too.
So I think now we are.
Shorts, Anant.
Colin, are you here,
I
Colin?
mean, sorry, Mr.
Colin,
Are you making fun of your
are
son?
you in? Colin, do you hear me?
Someone just joined, I think.
I should be in. Can you pick me up at all?
Okay, so you hear me now, Colin, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. So maybe we are only missing Kayum now. I'm not sure if he.
I'm calling him. So.
Okay, so I think let's start, guys. Anyways, maybe Kayum can just join us during the presentation. I think it shows here we have 3 attendees. I'm not like I don't know who are these 3 attendees, but welcome everybody to our final project for the 207 course. So now we have this batch, or this group actually is finishing and graduating their degree. Congratulations in advance, guys. I know every one of you did great job, and I really enjoyed working with you guys. So without further ado, I think let's start the presentation. We are a few minutes late, but let's catch up. So I think let's do the first team: Irada, Lidia, Marlon, Jacobus, Karim. Go ahead, guys. Please start.
And can everyone else please mute your mics while we present?
Sure, I can do this.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So Lida's gonna share the presentation.
Can you guys see this?
Yes.
All right, so with team number 1. Oh, I don't know how to switch. Oops, sorry. Our team, as Mostafa mentioned, included Irada, and she did a lot of front-end development and back-end development. We have Jacobus. He seems to develop in our group as a SAMP expert, and he developed the WPF app. We have Karim. He was doing a lot of SQL database management and participated in registration and login authentication. Marlon taught us how to use GitHub using Visual Studio and manage that end. And front-end development, registration and login. And Lida, myself, I did some page editing, checked all the requirements, and did the software testing. So like everybody has the same project, so it's pretty simple. We needed to create a website and host it on Azure, and we also created a standalone Windows app connecting a website via API. We just want to mention a little bit that part of this whole process was to manage different files going back and forth as part of the development process. So in order to avoid some of the issues, we implemented GitHub capabilities on Vision Studio. All of the team members learned how to use GitHub and Azure connection in a Visual Studio. And as I mentioned, Jacobus was very ambitious and created a WPF app using SAMP. Some of the breakdowns in communications were avoided by daily Scrum meetings. We also assigned tasks using Jira. We created WhatsApp group, and we met continuously on team groups. So now I pass to Marlon, and he'll talk about Jira and other development communication.
So, thank you, Lida. So one of the problems that we had encountered in previous project was the organization of tasks. So we decided to use a different methodology this time. So there's Jira software that is very good for this. So you create a backlog of tasks that you need to do, and then you assign those tasks, and the flow is very neat because everybody has a task, and when they finish a task, they take another task from the group of tasks until all the tasks are completed. This is a print screen of one of those tasks. Here you can see that the task was assigned to Karim in this case. So we created a repo on GitHub, and so I added all of my team members as collaborators, so that we could work together on the same project, on the same solution at the same time. And in order to do that, we used Visual Studio. So there's an option where you can use a repo from GitHub, and it's very good to work with, because when you do any modification, you commit to your local repository, and then those changes you send them to the remote repository on GitHub, so that another user, another team member can pull them and continue to work on the same solution. So this is an example of I think this was like a mid project, or no, this is an updated one. So here's all the different tasks we worked on, and all the commits that we did, and all the pushes to the remote repository. You can see on the left there's a trees of where everybody was taken from and working on something, and then pushing back to the main line of work. And then you can see all the commits, identifications, and the names of the person that did them, and the comments of what they did. So I think Irada will
Yeah.
follow.
Okay. Yeah. So this is pretty much the homepage. Here, to enhance things and make things look cooler, we actually use the parallax effect. We extensively use the bootstrap features to add beauty to the website. And actually, if you look, if you click on the link that I sent in the chat, the actual live version of the website even have the animation. So it's like this was the view when we had a picture on the background. But now when I demonstrate, it will look a little different. We have the animation instead of those pictures. So that was pretty cool too. We use the JavaScript also to run all those. Yeah, next slide. Okay, so moving on to packages page. Here, well, this page is obviously linked to the database. It pulls the data from the database and forms the packages right on the fly. The feature here is that we only can see the current packages, so it actually filters it by date. So if the current date is past the start date of the package, it doesn't display it here. And the other cool feature is that the app that Marlon actually wrote, the WPF app where the agents add the packages, once you add the package, it actually displays here right away. So it's a live link. It's both linked to the same database. Yeah.
Thank you, Irada. So actually, before we could proceed with the customer sign up and login pages, we had to basically modify the database to add user credentials according to the requirements that were set out in the project. So as you can see here from the two tables like in front of you, we added the username and password fields to columns to both the agents table and the customers table. So in order to serve both the WPF app and the website. Next slide, please. Yeah, so basically this is just a sneak peek on how the sign up page navbar looks like after you log in. So basically now the new customers will be able to sign up using detailed information, as we will be showing you in the demo shortly. And we actually, the cool thing is that we were able to use regular expressions or validation checks in order to guide customers on how to input strong passwords, like to make sure that this password strength is good. And at the same time, to have the phone numbers in numeric digits and to have the postal code in a certain format, right, with a space in between. And to be consistent with the database. Also, existing customers will be able to log in using the registered usernames and passwords, and they'll have the option to update their information as they see fit. And actually, we use cookies authentication in order to facilitate this. So as you can notice, like in this example, the username Gerard was able to log in, and we have a nice display on the nav bar of his name, like greeting him after sign up. So now I will just pass it back to Irada.
Right. So for the booking summary, this is a page that the customer can only see once he passed the authentication, the login process. And actually, once you log in, the system automatically redirects you to this page. But if you try to access this page from the link or something, then it will redirect you to login page and will ask you to log in. So we filter, obviously, to display the booking summary. The challenge here was that we had to actually join two tables. So we had to pull the customer ID from the bookings table while the other details from the bookings details table. So that was a little challenge, but we managed to do it. But now we're able to filter it by the customer ID and to display only that particular logged in customer's details to him when he logs in. Hosting on Azure, yeah, that was actually a pretty awesome experience. We ended up with $260 credits. I don't know how, it wasn't $100, it was $260 credits. And like it expires, unfortunately, in 1 month if I don't extend it, if I don't give them a credit card number. But this was pretty cool and easy because everything was integrated into Visual Studio. So similar to GitHub, it was just literally right click and publish, just one click after we set everything up. So we set up the app on the Azure and we set up the SQL database on the Azure. Then we run the query on the online database to actually push the database to online. And the little hiccup was with the connection string, but we figured that out. And yeah, now even when you try to run from the local host, your backend, the database, still connected to Azure. You don't even need to change because I gave IP to most of the team actually. Yeah, access. Okay. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Irada. Yeah, for the Windows app portion, this is much better demonstrated with the demo, but essentially using user controls, I created a fully functioning application for the agents that includes authentication, REST API connections to the cloud database, and a professional UI. Some challenges that I had with this were only that when adding the products to the package and the products to the suppliers, I had to link 3 database tables together using some very complex API functions, but I managed to pull it off, and I'll show you more in the demo. Thanks.
Okay, so am I taking control now?
Yes.
Yep. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Awesome. Come on. Doesn't want to click. Okay, for some reason I can't click on any of these buttons. Let's try again. Okay, Lidia, maybe
Maybe I can share.
maybe just click on that Travel Express Azure website, I guess. Like, I do need to show the code though, right? So
I just did. Okay, so here we go. Can you see it, Irada?
your screen?
Yeah.
Actually, wait, I think it's just the latency. It asks me now if I want to share my screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just unshare.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on. Okay, yeah, it's just the latency, guys. Yeah, I'm getting there. Yep. Do you guys see my screen now?
No.
No.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, now we do.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
And when I switch to the Visual Studio, can you still see it? Yeah, okay, perfect. Excellent. So let's go. So this is how the website looks, and you can see that we actually hosted it on Azure website, and we were lucky to grab the Travel Experts domain. Nobody actually used it, right? So again, like I said, this is the page where we use a lot of parallax effect. So you can actually scroll and you have those cool effects, animations. So when you load the page, you also can see the animations playing around there. So, and the nav bar is consistent throughout the entire, obviously, program. And so when we move to packages, do you guys want to see, should I also show the backend code or just drive you through the
demo for now?
No, we need Tatiana. We need time for Tatiana.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so for the moving on to the packages, yeah. You can see again the animation effect, and just to demonstrate that we only display the current packages. We actually made a little backdoor here. Like you just get rid of these current packages, you get into the crew. Obviously, like this wouldn't be in the live version. Yeah, you don't want to give access to anyone to delete or edit the packages, but it's just for us so we can manage the Azure database. And you can see that there is actual Caribbean New Year that is past the current date. But if you go to packages, you don't see that package, right? There's no Caribbean because the date has passed. So, Lidia, you want to talk about formatting now before we move on? So we nicely formatted this, and Lidia and Marlon did a great job actually formatting the prices, the dates. So it looks pretty cool. We gave a name different from the database, so we managed to do all that. And the packages generated in nice card, business card format. Yeah. So.
Okay. Thank you, Irada.
Yep.
Do you mind? I'll just request control.
Oh yes. There you go.
Okay. So yeah, now I'm going to show you guys how the registration works. So basically, if you click on the link, it will direct you to the registration page. So we'll just demo it with Mr. Mario Lopez. We just decided that that was a cool name to use. So I'll just input this information real quick. And as you can see here, we used a placeholder to basically instruct the user on how to input the right postal code format. So there should be a space in between, otherwise it will not fly. Yeah, and the number also has to be just digits without any dashes or spaces.
Actually, make a deliberate mistake to demonstrate.
Sure. So yeah, we also have this confirm password field, so I'll just try to deliberately put it as different. And if I am to create, it will basically give me this error, right? So the password and confirmation password do not match. So they actually have to match. And as you can see, the passwords are actually encrypted, so you won't be able to see them. So yeah, now it's right. So once I click on create, it will direct you to the login page. So now I just pass it to Marlon to show the login functionality. Thank you.
I'm requesting control there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try to log in with some user that is not there, or so it's M Lopez, right?
Yep.
M Lopez. So let's try to put any password. Try to log in. So it doesn't log in because I input the wrong password, and it clears the fields here. So now I'm logged in, and automatically we redirect the user to the booking summary. In this case, Mario Lopez doesn't have any bookings, so there's nothing shown in the bookings table. We have a bookings total here, and it's obviously 0 for that person. So if we log out and we log in as a user who has a booking history already, say
Years.
G-Beers.
G-B-I-E-R-S. B-I-E-R-S. Yeah.
Exactly.
S.
S.
Yep.
Okay.
The password is password.
Tatiana is not in the database, guys.
Unfortunately.
So we see the history for this user, and we have a total calculated at the end of all his bookings. And we see his name right here. So yeah, I think somebody else is going to talk about the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
It will be passed back to Irada now.
Okay, I'll give up my control then.
Yep. So like Mostafa said, we can actually edit this record. So if you click on the name of the user, it allows like for user to change the information. Let's send him to Saskatchewan, for example, right? Okay, it will ask for the password to actually confirm that. So let's just put that right away. Yeah, and yeah, so the email, it wants the email.
Yes, because it's a required field.
Great. So password. They've done it. There you go. So, and right now, if you go back to Jared, you can see that it's Saskatchewan now, right? Now he lives in Saskatchewan. So that successfully went to the database. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Can you show the contact page, please?
Right. Yes, that's the last page we have left. Yeah, Marlon did a great job. He brought even the Google Maps here to display. Marlon, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, it's basically an embedded map from Google Maps, and we used Bootstrap to create flex boxes here, so that they sit needed one beside the other for all of them here. If you give me control again, I think I have it. So let me quickly show you here the responsiveness of the website. So we're using Bootstrap, as I mentioned. So let me move this around.
Mm-hmm.
So we see how the flex box works and it doesn't break the page. And as we, so I wanted to show the bookings. Let's expand this a little bit. So for the booking, you see how the table is responsive as well. It's a little bit hard to manage this.
Yeah, I'm trying to move that. It doesn't move. It doesn't want to move.
Yeah, it's kind of frozen, it seems, for the because of the teams.
Okay.
But if you can scroll to the bottom of the Irada and show how the scrolling bar at the bottom, if you reduce even more the page.
If I reduce even more?
Yeah.
It doesn't allow me to.
It's frozen, eh?
Let's actually go to the full mode again and retry that. Yeah.
Tatiana is not the database guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's just the sharing issue, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Fine.
Anyways, it's fully responsive, and we even tested it on mobile. And actually, the cool feature, like for the website to be responsive on mobile, like I did a little trick on the Azure side. So if I go to Azure.
Irada, we would have time for Cobus, please.
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. So anyways, there was just one connection thing I had to add to Azure to make it mobile responsive as well. Okay, go ahead, Cobus.
All right, I'll share my screen now. Let me know when you can see it.
I probably have to stop sharing, right? Yeah.
Does anyone see?
Nope.
Oh wait. Okay, do you guys see this?
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
We don't see now.
We don't
I
see.
just click somewhere on the screen, Cobus.
Okay, I'll share again. Let me know when you can see it.
Yes.
Yes.
All good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is the live Azure site. See the packages here, and this is my app that I built. So as you can see right now, if I try to click at any on the other buttons, it does not work because it requires authentication. If I just click this without entering anything, you see some of the validation there. Now I will log in as an agent. Success. So you can see the packages list. This pulls it right from the Azure database. If I want to add a new package, let's say Egypt. Start date, end date.
Make deliberately the start date. Actually, you want it current, right? Not in the past. Yeah.
Right there. All right, base price, say it's $600. It's a steal of a deal to go to Egypt. I'd love to go to Egypt for $600. You kidding me? But yeah, and then
just to demonstrate, can you make the starting date later than the end date?
Will do. So check this out, and I'll even change that above. So as you can see, it will not work. Start date cannot be later than end date. So I will change that back, And now it won't work either because base price cannot be less than that. So I will change that to 100 and I'll add some packages here. Package created. Now, package list. See, it created Egypt for me. Now, if I go to the live site and reload, boom, Egypt pops up.
Exactly.
So this pulls it, pushes and pulls it straight from the database. So that's how you can add packages. Now, if I want to edit a package, say I want to edit San Francisco, and I want to change it because the Bay Area is expensive nowadays, change it to 3,000 and add some new packages for this. Edit. Now, if I go to reload San Francisco, you see that the base price has changed. That's pushing straight to the database. So now the products, as you can see, these are all the products that are offered for the agent. I want to add a product, say, software course. I'll add that product. And as you can see, it added it here. Now, supplier, or sorry, edit the product. So software course. By Tech Careers, edit product, or yes. Now back to edit products. As you can see, it changed the name here. Now for the suppliers, these are the list of all the suppliers that the agents are dealing with. Now if I want to add a supplier, say Manpower, why not? And choose products for the supplier. Well, I just created software course, so I'll select that, add a supplier. Now if I go to edit supplier and I click on Manpower, see, software course by Tech Careers pops up. Now say Manpower all of a sudden turns into a airline. I could select air and they still teach software development. So I will edit this supplier edited. If I go back to that supplier, which is Manpower, you can see that both of the products are changed. So this pushes and pulls to that Azure database, winding through all the constraints. Now, if I'm done making my changes, I can log out. Now I can't click on anything anymore, and quit button. So go back to that.
Just one thing I may want to add is that we use complete MVC model to create the website, and the controllers for the website itself are actually .NET Core controllers.
You can wrap up presentation.
Yeah, and but for the WPF we use the API controllers. That's all I wanted to add. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening. Are there any questions? You guys can unmute your mics now.
I have a question for Cobus or everyone. So
yeah, sure.
I saw that when you add the Egypt package, like I saw the picture of Egypt is added as well. Is it because like the name of Egypt is linked to that specific image on your Azure?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So that image description is tied to specific images folder on the app itself. And if you enter a image description that is not tied to one of those, it will come up as a default image.
Oh, that's smart. Nice. Thank you. You guys did a good job. It looks
Yeah,
we're planning to
Appreciate
add
it.
machine learning to
We're very proud. Yeah.
name now.
Yeah, you should be proud. It looks like a real commercial website and app.
We should sell it now.
So guys, we have 3 minutes before the next presentation. If anybody wants to have a question.
So I have a question for Cobus. So did you use the web API to get the information? No, just mainly use the database function.
So that all the calls from the web app are made to our API calls to the cloud database. So the WPF app does not have any database associated with it. All it does is makes get, post, put, and delete calls to the API controllers on Azure.
Okay, thank you.
And all our projects, guys, on GitHub. So once we like add the comments and everything, you guys can probably like pull it if you want to like see all the guts. Yeah.
If you want, guys, if you can put your link, because I think this session is already recorded. So if you want to put it as a public, maybe you can share the link. I'm not sure if we shared it here in the chat.
Let us brush it up first, yeah.
Okay,
and then we'll share the link, yeah.
So we have Lisa and Karin. They are both with us. They are like sending you greetings regarding the presentation. They like it. It's in the chatting. If they have a comment or question.
Hey everybody, it's Karen. Just a great presentation, really nicely done. So great job.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that was an awesome job. Really, really well done.
Yeah, the link to the website is in the chat box. So if you guys want to play with it, it's all online. It's on Azure. Yeah.
If you can repost everything on this new chat, we were watching the first part, but we weren't able to, because of the link we had, we weren't able to get in. But now that we're in this part, if you can repost in this chat box, that'd be fantastic. Then we'll have all the links.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Do that. Yeah.
So anybody else has a comment or questions, guys, before we have 1 minute, or it's not 1 minute even now. So anybody has a question before we start the next presentation?
Everyone's speechless.
Okay, great work, guys. Like, your UI is really pretty. It's really unique. I like what you have done in the Windows applications, the UI to make Windows application looks great like this. You have done a great job, actually. And using the API, Azure, you have lots of extra features. But thanks a lot, guys. So let's go to the next group. You have group 2, Jin, Chris, Ashkan, and Anas. Please go ahead.
Yeah, it's actually Chris going first.
So everyone else, please mute your mics, guys.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Good morning, everyone. We are group 2, and we are here to present our project, the Travel Experts, and our GUI project. Sorry. Okay. Before we move on, I would like to introduce my team members in no particular order. We have Jin. Jin has MSc Mechanical Engineering with experience in AWS architecture and software development. My name is Ndubisi Christopher Okpala. I have a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering with experience in data analytics and software development. We have Ashkan Solteniah. Ashkan has master's in reservoir engineering with experience in data analytics and software development. Last but not the least, we have Anant Agarwal. Anant holds PhD in mechanical and manufacturing engineering. He was once associate prof and experienced in project management and quality assurance and control. So here is our project overview and project management concepts. We adopted Scrum Agile methodology as project management concept. This was to enable us to work concurrently on the two projects to be able to finish it in a good time, which we were able to achieve. So we use ASP.NET framework or using database approach for the two projects. We adopted MVC model for our travel expert websites. In our GUI project, we use WPF, which is Windows Presentation Foundation Framework for our GUI project. We ensure that we carried out data validation in all the projects so as to improve user experience and the user interface. And finally, we use the multi-layer in hosting our website, and our database was hosted in Amazon Web Services while the website was deployed using Microsoft Azure. Here is the features of the website. It has the hero image displayed on each pages, login access for registered customers. Also have a page for registration for new customers, booking packages which can only be accessed by already registered customers. It has packages displayed on the homepage of the website. Our GUI application has login window with the text box, username, password, and code to connect to the database. It has a dashboard and a navigation button to navigate to the supplier's product and the supplier's product and packages windows. The package windows is used to update the packages. Then the product windows is also used to add, delete, and update the list of products. Finally, the supply windows is used to display the list of suppliers, add and delete the suppliers from the list as well. So I'll pass it over to Jin to explain our database concepts.
Yeah, Chris, please click allow so I can allow.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So I should how to. So anyway, so I'm actually in charge of all the hosting and all the database and all those side of things. So I will introduce how we actually architect the whole environment and the system. So we actually hosted our database in AWS, use AWS managed service called RDS, and but our website is actually hosted on Azure. So in that way, we actually decoupled these two layers. So we, of course, when we decouple things, we can host multiple sites on multiple versions or multiple sites on different Azure platform. So they are all accessing the same database. So for example, if one web service actually crashes, the other will still able to manage the customer traffic. And one perk of using the RDS is the function that provided by this managed service, which includes snapshots, which is pretty much a backup, and log functions. It logs who actually access to this database. So yeah, so as I said, we can actually manage what's happening in our database and the servers. For example, when on our top left-hand side, that's the performance on our database. You see how much CPU we are using, how much connection that happens, and on our right-hand side, that's the web service, which when you host the just a simple website on platform, it's pretty low load there for the moment, unless you have hundreds of traffic going through. But of course, the most thing we need to concern about for the database is the IOPS, write IOPS and read IOPS. So it counts how many read and write that every second that is happening. So which essentially will determine your latency of your database and the website connections. Of course, the other thing is important thing is snapshots and recovery. For example, with managed RDS on AWS, the snapshot is taken every day. So for example, if my the whole website is down or have some issues, the whole database is crashed, and someone did a big change to the database that can be recovered, then I can use this automatic snapshot to recover it from the back the day before, which is super easy. And if you see, there is every day there is one snapshot happening, so I can pick which day I want to restore the database to. And of course, you will see what's happening to our database. For example, I actually surprisingly received an attack a couple of days ago. You see someone, because this database is now open to public, you see someone is trying to log in with credential SASA, sysdba, SA. So I received like hundreds of attacks in one day. So because it's layer of protection, you can able to figure out what's actually happening in your database. Of course, when we're doing the GUI projects, it's the same thing. We use the same database, AWS RDS, and but on the client side, because it's a local hosted GUI application, so you can have different users that actually on different desktops that actually use the same database, and they can all together log all the data in there, retrieve all the data, and modify all the data as well. So anyway, so I'll pass on to Anant to give us a quick demo of our GUI project.
Sure. Thanks, Jin. Can I share my screen, please? Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Can you see my screen, guys?
Yeah, we can see it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for attending our presentation. I would like to speak about the WBF GUI app we have developed. I would like to touch base first on the methodology we have used. We did, as Chris said, we were doing database first approach. So we did database scaffolding, and we have used Entity Framework Core. We have installed all the packages using the NuGet, and we have also used the DB context to build up or to scaffold our database. We have on the database library, we have two levels. We have the models, which include the supplier, the product supplier, and the package product supplier. And also we have a manager or a helper for each one of those tables, like a supplier helper. And as you can see, when we planned our work, we have identified from the workshop floor what are the requirements for each one of those helpers. We have used different types of classes. We have also identified like booleans and lists to build our GUI app. On the database, on the desktop app, we have used also the WBF, and we have 5 forms which we will be showing shortly. We have the login, we have the dashboard, and we have the supplier form, products form, and the packages form. And as you saw on the requirements for the products and the packages, we have added the capability to combine suppliers and the products, and also packages with the products and suppliers. Let's go very quickly to the. Okay, so this is the. Let me type in the password. This is the login. as you can see, we have 3 tables. We have the first, the supplier window. And here you can add or delete or even update. For example, if you want to add a new supplier, we can call it career, and we can add it. And in the supplier list, you can see that the career has been added. Also, we can delete it. And as you can notice here, the supplier ID for this table is not auto-generated, so we give the flexibility to the agent to add a new supplier ID. When we go to the products window, you can see that the product ID is auto-generated. Also, we can, for example, add a new product. And at the end, you can see that we also can delete this product. Now, if we want to manage one of those suppliers, or like to manage the supplier for a specific product, we can just choose the product. For example, this is the airline. We can go to manage suppliers, and we can see the current supplier list for this product, and we can see all the suppliers from the database. If we want specific one, we can add it. As you can see, oops, and we can also remove it. If you try to delete a supplier that has children in other database in the other tables, you will see that you get a pop-up message asking you, "Are you sure you want to delete?" If you hit yes, it deletes. That means it does not have any child tables in other tables in the database. The last one is the package window, where you can see that we show all the packages from the database, and we have show the package ID, the name, the start and end date, description, the base price, and the commission. And let me show you first. We can manage a package. As you can see, this is, for example, this package. Those are the product supplier, each product, who's the supplier for each of the package products. And we can, for example, add a new one. Or we can remove it. The number here shows how many product supplier we have for this package. For example, the package could have like airline, could have hotel, could have like sightseeing. So you can manage the packages the way you want. Now, if we try to add a new package, let's call a package tick career, and we can pick the date. Let's pick this date. If we try to pick an earlier date, if we try to add, you get a dialog saying that the end date should be larger than the start date. So once we fix it, we can add, oh, sorry. We can add this package. As you can see here. Now, if we want to update, if we try to make the commission higher than the base price, we will get a pop-up message again that the base price cannot be less than the commission. And as you can see, also the description is a mandatory field. Thank you very much. I will pass now to Ashkan.
Thank you, Anas, for the presentation. So hello, everyone. I'm sharing my screen now. Can you guys confirm if you can see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So hello again, everyone. This is Team 2. I'm here to demo for the Travel Experts website. So this is our homepage. It is now live on the Azure websites. So we have a hero image here, and also the packages that are available now on database. So right now there are 4 packages available on database. I want to first start with the demo on registering a new user. So if I want to register a new user, let's take this username and let's set a password and confirm password. Let's put the different password. So it says passwords do not match. So let me match the passwords. Oh, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now passwords are matched. And when I hit register, it says username already exists in the database, so we cannot use this username. So let's try with another username. Let's say Matt123 and put a password and confirm password and register. If I hit register, sorry, my connection is a little bit weak. Okay, so now the user is registered. So let's confirm Matt123 and let's see if we can log in with that username. Yes, yeah. So we can log in now with that username because this user is not customer yet. It directly pulls me to this page to register the user information, which user should do that. If he doesn't do this and try to go to see the bookings, because this is a new user, definitely he doesn't have any booking, so you're gonna see an error. You are not a registered customer, please fill out customer registration form. And when he hit close, it again redirects him to the registration page. So let's move on for a user account that is already exists on our database, which is JLipan. So here, if I try a wrong password for him, you're gonna see an invalid username or password. So let's try with the correct password. By the way, all of our passwords are protected using #256. So it's now very difficult for the hackers to find out what are the passwords are. So now when I log in with the already registered user, so this is basically the registration form. This user, because he's already registered, he can update his registration. All star fields are validated, and we have validation on postal code. We have drop-down list for the provinces, because user may not know what's the 2-letter form of the province. So we gave the user the opportunity to choose a province, and we deal in the backend with the 2-letter province name. And the postal code has validation, so it has to be 7 digits, and phone number is the same. It has to be 10 digits, and email is the same. If it's not email, it will give an error. So let's try changing the name. For example, change this to Judy, and change the email to gmail.com, and see what will happen. So if I change the user information or customer information, let's wait for a response. Yes, so now you can see that the name is changed for this user, and the email is also changed for gmail.com. And this user is already a registered user. So if I go to the bookings, so if he navigates to the bookings. From the database, all the bookings are pulled out. The total spending are listed here. The date of the bookings and all the information will be shown in here. Yeah, so this is basically all the requirements that are requested from us. Yeah, so let's try with a different user since we have a couple minutes more. So let's try with L. Anderson. I know this guy also has some bookings. So again, this is the registration page. This person can change the registration, and for the bookings, let's see what this person has. Okay, so these are all the bookings that this person have. So our next plan is to improve the website for the registered customer to book the packages, and because we have all the bases done, so we separated the user registration and customer registration for you know, it's not mandatory for everyone to be registered as customer first in the beginning. They can be our user, and as soon as they wanna book something, they can become our customer. So this is a feature that we have on the website, and that's basically all for the travel experts website for now. Thank you very much, everyone. So by the way, before I move on to the questions, during this project, Anas worked mostly on the managers and GUI app design for the GUI application, and Chris worked on the managers for the ASP and improved the user experience on GUI app application. Jin worked on the generating databases, entity models, link queries, and hosting our website, and also password encryption. And I worked on the controllers for the ASP application and also UI and UX design for the ASP application. So if there's any questions, we'll be happy to answer.
Thank you, Ashkan.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I actually have two questions. Did you guys test it? If you guys add something in your Windows forms, does it appear in the packages here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I noticed the bookings. So you're not kind of displaying the current bookings, right? You're showing everything that's in the database.
No, it is for the user that is logged in. So a user who is logged in can see.
I mean packages.
Yes. Oh, for the packages, yeah, basically everybody can see all the packages, right? For the booking purpose in the future. We don't have that feature.
Even the outdated packages from the past?
This is whatever provided for us. So if the database is updated, the packages is updated. That's going to be a if condition to remove the expired packages. We didn't add any extra things in the database. We try to keep it as it is for now. Yeah. And the reason was because of just it wasn't required for now. But if we wanna add those criteria, or if you wanna make because if right now if I put a if condition on the packages, no one can see anything because all the packages are expired. But yeah, we didn't create any new packages. All the packages are from the database.
And regarding the first question also, Irada, we like once you use the GUI app, it adds directly to the database. We're using the same database, so you can see the new packages added or modified through the agent GUI app.
Yep. Thank you.
Welcome.
Any other question?
Okay, everyone, I put the link for the website here. So I'll be happy you go on and explore it.
Yeah. And also we will publish the GUI app on the GitHub. If you guys are interested, you can also clone it from the.
Yeah, so how do you guys collaborate? Like, did you use Git from Visual Studio, or you push the files from console?
Through Teams, basically. We shared our files through Teams app. Whenever someone is done with something, the other person continue on that project after downloading from Teams.
Yeah, just it was pretty cool feature that actually Marlon showed us in Visual Studio. It's just literally just right click and push and pull right from the Visual Studio. Just thought I'd let you know, guys. You just need to install the extension. It's
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
cool.
It was so cool features that you showed us. Yeah, definitely. That should be one of our next plans.
Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Karim, for the comments. Anybody else? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the comments.
Thank you. Thank you for the comments.
Thank you, Mostafa.
Thank you, team 2. Great presentation, guys.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Gold. So now I think we have the next team, team 3, Wayne, Yeji, Keith, and Anant. If you guys are ready, go ahead.
Yeah, Wayne, I think you go first, right?
Now it's starting with the presentation, yeah. And then yeah.
Okay, can you guys confirm if you can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so yeah, I'll share my screen to start off with the presentation. I think, do I have to request control or anything? It's not.
Well, I assume that Wayne is sharing his screen, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean,
where's Wayne?
Can you guys see my screen?
No, but where's Wayne?
Maybe Yeji, you can go first, right?
Okay, can you see my screen now?
And now it's got it, guys. Yep, we can see your screen.
Good.
Oh, Wayne is here. Okay.
Okay, good. Yeah.
All right, so the screen's visible, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you and welcome everyone. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to present our work here. To start with, it's a two-part project. One was to develop an application for the internal employees to access the database and products. Second was to develop a server-side web app. We have a team of 4 people, Yeji, Keith, Wayne, and myself, Anant. So I'm gonna show you a screenshot of the application part here, and then Wayne's gonna demonstrate the product to you. So moving on, we have 4 main functionalities. One was to create a login page, create an add and edit package page, create an add and edit product page, and suppliers. To start with, this was our initial login page. We have an option to put in the username, password. There's an help option which later on Wayne will show in the demonstration. This was our initial page once you log in successfully, and this app is strictly for the internal employees only. Over the top here, we have an option to log out and go for a help document if we needed to. This was our add a package page, where you can put in the information following all the validations required, and the package will be displayed down under here. In the edit package column, you can always go back and check on the packages, make the changes if you want, and then update it. Similarly, in add package, we are adding a new package here, assigning a supplier to it, and then just simply adding it to the database. This was our edit package page. We have similar single page for add and editing suppliers. We can select the suppliers from the list and make the changes and save them. Over here at all times during all the windows, we can click on the cancel button if you want to drop the idea of making any changes or adding any new thing, and we can go back to the initial screen again. Now I would request Wayne to take the control and give us a demonstration. Thank you.
Okay, so can people see my screen now?
No, I think Anant, can you stop sharing?
Yeah, I'm trying to disconnect this thing. I think the controls are very.
I guess.
Okay, I think I've given up the control.
Okay. I think my screen should be visible now, correct?
Yeah, it is.
Great. Well, thanks, Nat, and everyone for joining us today. Again, this is just a simple demonstration of our web, not our web application, my apologies, our executable application, which is a back-end only for agents. Just before I start out, we set this app up where we developed it to run on an Azure platform. So we have an instance running, which is both being shared with this application and our other application, which is web-based, which Yeji will be demonstrating further later on. So yeah, we have a very simple database. We're connecting to the agents table where we have a password and an agent's username to log into the system. So I'm just going to log in right now. With one of the agents. Log in. I got the wrong password. My apologies. I wonder if that was on purpose. Log in. So as we log in, it takes us right into the application. Now this is a WinForms application. This is built on the .NET framework, but it's we looked at the project when we started doing this, and to develop it up, we wanted to equally share the load on this. And everybody kind of be involved. So rather than just kind of go with a WPF, which we thought using XAML would be it's almost a one-person type application, we decided that it'd be nice for us all to be involved in this. So we divided up into kind of silos and components in our methodology. One person took on packages, another person took on products, and another person took on the suppliers components to create. And then we started out with the launch pad ideology, where we just kind of merged that in, and then we came in and we merged it on a second reiteration with a menu system, as Anant had shown you above. So we're using the simple graphical, very familiar executable application that we're all used to seeing on Windows in the past. So I mean, a lot of it's very familiar. UI, we can log out here. We can see that we're logged in right now. As Anant mentioned, we have the help everywhere throughout the application. That's something that a person can bring up, and it has different sections inside of the help menu that the person could navigate through the system. Say they run into any issues, or if they need to contact tech support, the address for tech support's in there as well. So I'm going to start out from the packages part, and again, just to kind of break up the silos. Anant did the packages, myself products, and suppliers was handled by Keith. So I'm just going to go into the add package functionality. As you can see, it has a very fluid graphical interface that we're used to. The red denoting the fact that these are required fields. So we're actually going to go ahead and add a package. So we're going to call it Anant's Crazy Adventures. Mistake there. So we're going to add products to it. You can do a single or multi on the selections to products. Products are added to packages. I guess we've seen in all the other demonstrations of how that kind of fits together, but just a quick explanation of that. A travel agency creates a package, and then suppliers create products that are injected into that package. So hopefully that kind of explains the methodology of what an agent is doing in the back end here right now. So I'm just creating a package with some products that were created by suppliers added to it. I'm going to create a start date for that. We're going to do it. To throw an error, I think here. Give it a description. So just a description in the description field. And we'll give it a base price, and we will give it a commission price. So what do you guys think is going to happen here? Well, first we're going to get an error on the package start and end date. We have to correct that. So first of all, the date looks fine there, but we're ending it after the fact. So we have to go ahead and correct that. So that's showing now that it's going in the future. And of course, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Nobody would ever do this, right? So let's make it 10% of the actual package. Let's be fair. That seems like a fair price for me. And down below here, we have a list view that always constantly shows and refreshes as we add packages. So if I just do a simple save, the packages have been created. Very simple. All the fields clear. Go down to the bottom. There's an announce crazy adventures. So it's now on the Azure instance on the cloud. So that just is the add packages part. Edit packages. Some of the challenges that we have when we work with these is that there's a lot of information that we got to display, and we decided not to have a very cluttered interface. So we went with a selectable interface where now we've got the actual everything's in front of us for editing packages, and we can actually just simply go in and we can just change things here, and then we just update it. It's very simple, not complicated. You know, all you're really doing here is editing a package. It's nothing, you know, challenging. So yeah, so that covers off the packages part. Now going into the products, if you want to add a product, again, very simple interface, not too many buttons and things to click on. We just want to, you know, you make our agents' lives very simple. So we're going to add a product name here. So we've added a package in the past. We've edited the packages. Now we're adding a product. So I'm going to make it, let's say, a balloon ride through the Himalayas. I'll just make it a balloon ride. And as I mentioned before, products are added to suppliers. Suppliers provide those to the travel agencies, the travel experts agency, and then we create packages for them. So I have to attach an actual company name to that provides that service. So let's just say these guys are the ones that do it. And then we go and we add. Now this is actually touching a few tables, but we're just showing a simple display that it's actually been created and that the package name is actually in the list, but it's actually updating the tables for the supplier as well. So when I click on add, the product's created successfully. If I scroll down, you see I've got balloon rides in the mountain. So anywhere, like Anant had mentioned, you can click on help, you can click on cancel, you can log out of the system. Just go here to the suppliers part. So in the suppliers part, you have the ability to do very simple. We went with the methodology with suppliers. We just had it as a one add edit. In this particular case, Keith decided to merge the add and edit into one screen. I think he did an interesting job in doing this. So a person can actually just go in here and they can go in and edit. We're going to make it concepts. They can update it. Now concepts have been updated. We'll do the refresh on there, right? But, now we can go and we can add a supplier. So let's give a supplier of a, and we'll give it a name. Thoughts tour company, and we will update. Oh, trying to find. So I wanted to add that. What was the number? Right there. So that's a very simplistic overview of what the application is doing in the front end. Again, like I mentioned, we set up an instance. It's a shared database. The database is shared with our front end, which I'm going to pass on to Yeji now, and Yeji is going to actually demonstrate the application that is facing through the web.
Yeah, thank you, Wayne.
I give you control, I guess. Okay, Yeji, you should have the stage now.
Okay. Sure. Screen. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, hello everyone. I was taking care of the server side web app development. So the website is consisting of homepage, registration, login and out, booking information, and my profile. This is the main homepage that you will see. And in here, there's a navigation bar, and it's a simple jumbotron, like welcoming customers or visitors and brief introduction of a company. And here is a filtering navigation bar for images by type. So if you click nothing by default, or if you click all, like you will see all the images. And if you click mountains, you will simply see just the mountain pictures. And if you click sea, then you will see all the images of a sea. Going to the registration page, like to be user friendly, like all the input types that are mandatory to be input, it comes with stars. And if you input something not in right format, it will give you relevant error messages below using proper regular expressions. And if user types everything right, error messages will go away, and they can simply click register, and it will automatically save customer record to our connected Azure database. Okay, and this is the login page. So in case the user types in a wrong username or non-existing username or password, they will have this invalid username or password error message below. And if they are successfully logged in, you will see on the right top side, it will welcome user with the correct username. And before, we didn't have this My Profile tab before, but now now they're logged in, so now they're able to see their profile, and the login button is changed to log out for the user to be able to log out in case they want to. And this is the actually booking information before user get logged in. So when they're successfully logged in, they will be able to see their booking information. And this is the My Profile page. Simply, it will automatically loads all the user information into this page, and they will view their information. And in case they want to make any changes, they simply click this saved after making changes. And in case they want to permanently delete their information, on the right side of a save button, they will see want to delete button. And if they click this delete want to delete button, it will direct to the delete page to ask user to confirm the deletion of their entire information. And if they click this delete button, it automatically logs the user off. So yeah, and then they will be in this main page again. Okay, so I will simply give you the demonstration of my web page. So this is the web page. So as you can see here, there are some images, and if you click mountains, the image structure is changed, and you will only see the mountain pictures. And if you click sea, as I said, you can simply see the sea pictures. And let's register first with the redundant name. I put some regular expression here. So if I put just a 1, 2, 3, you will see this error messages asking to have at least one lowercase, one upper, one number, and one special character. So I will have something like 1, 2, 3 special character. Upper A, lower A, and then exclamation mark, and it'll go away. And if I type something not matching to the password that I just typed, then it will not allow me to go to the next step. So, okay, I didn't match it. Away, and let's see my name. Oops. Yeah, address, whatever, address, Calgary, and you can choose province with this drop-down menu, and postal code. If I type something weird, then you will see this invalid postal code format. So you should type with the Canadian postal code with a blank included, and country, cell phone, whatever. Okay. And business phone and email is optional, so simply click register. So now the user is registered. So let's see, like, if the registered customer information is in our database correctly, so that I can log in. Okay. So now I'm logged in. That means that, like, I have that customer record in our database. So if I go to booking information, of course, I don't have anything in here because I just made this user account. So let's log out. And if you click booking information without logging in, it will direct you to the login page. So yeah, let's create something existing. Not create, I mean like login with something existing. And now I see this user is logged in. Oh, why am I dragging? Okay, booking information. Now you will see all the information of this NQ user. And if I go here, my profile, or let's not delete this one. Let's delete the one that I created, which is redundant one. Okay, log in, and if I go in here, it automatically loads all the information, and you will see the password in here. I used the 1, 2, 3, upper A, lower A, exclamation mark. And if I want to delete, yeah, I want to delete. Yeah, I'm sure I want to delete this, delete. Now you see I'm logged off, automatically logged off, and I was redirected to the main page. Yeah, so this is pretty much all. Yeah, do you guys have any questions?
Can you share maybe a link to the Azure website?
Oh yeah, Wayne, can you do that?
Currently, the instance that we're running is the SQL instance. So we're running the actual web application on a local machine right now. We will set up an instance with IIS mapping to that, but just for development, we hadn't had time to post it up yet.
Oh, okay. And I noticed you guys are not displaying packages, right? So only pictures?
Yeah, just that one is just the pictures. I thought that we are just showing the booking information of our customers, but like having seen like all you guys what you guys did, like it seems like I should display the packages as well. So I guess like I can simply add it on the main page. That'll be no problem.
Yeah. So, okay. Awesome. Thanks.
And any other questions? All right, then thanks for you guys listening.
Thank you.
Nice job, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot, guys. Excellent presentation.
And, hi. Just because yesterday we planned Yeji and Wang will do the presentation. So I just mentioned we have 4 members. And so today in the morning, a little bit of change between Anant and yeah. So so for me, I just stay here for supporting some people, but yeah.
Did you want to talk a little bit
we have
about
4 persons that you guys know.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Great work. But just confirm, so your work is already hosted on Azure, I think, correct? Is it live?
Our instance of the SQL is live. Our instance of the actual IIS instance is not live, no. But
okay,
we will have we do have a space for it, but we were just working on the development process of it.
Okay, so just let me know if you can host it.
That will scare them.
Yeah, the website. We still have till 4:30 today to like to post your codes. So guys, you still have some time after we finish. If you need to clean up some code or do whatever modification, put in comments. So you have till 4:30 today, anyways. So just let me know, and please, everyone, I need all groups send me the EXE and the links to the website so I can check again some details. So please send me the EXE either on your channel on Microsoft Teams or email or whatever, or post it on D2L, doesn't matter, no problem. And also the link if you have it hosted on Azure or any other hosting, so I can double check a few details. So I think we are done for team 3.
Sorry, Mostafa, just wanted to say, Wayne and Yeji, if you guys need help, like I can walk you through, because there are some pitfalls that you'll face. So I don't want to spend 3 hours. So because I went through that from zero scratch to like hero, I can walk you through, guys. Yeah.
Are you talking about the IIS instance?
About the Azure, yeah.
We'd like that. That would be helpful if it was for the IIS part.
That would be great.
It's not IIS, it's just the app. You just need to create the app there, and then it's just like right-click publish. It's really easy. The thing I spent a lot of time on was the string, and I want to save you that time. So just let's get on the meeting, guys. I'll help you.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
Yeah,
thanks a lot, Irada.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Irada, for offering to help them. Yes, so I think we still have time. Our last team should be starting at 12:30. So I'm not sure, should we wait a little bit? Do you have any questions to ask for now, guys? Like if anybody wants to share any information or ask any questions?
Mostafa, you actually said you would share the marking rubric so that just before 4:30 we know like what we need to finish.
Yeah, I already posted it yesterday.
It's
on
the course section. Sorry. Okay, I didn't check that. Okay, thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Anybody wants to ask a question for me or for any other team? If you have any question you want to ask.
Mostafa, it's Karen. Just wondering, I know that Angela for Manpower has a ceremony set up starting at 1 o'clock. So if your final group starts at 12:30, will that give them enough time to complete their presentation before Angela's Manpower ceremony starts at 1 o'clock?
Yeah, usually we plan for actually 40 minutes. It should be 30 minutes actually, the presentation with questions, but we put just a few extra minutes if there is any issue or anybody needs anything. So 30 minutes should be good time. But if you guys think we should start early, we have time actually to start early. I'm not sure. Do you like to start the last team or hold on or?
Well, I'll leave it up to
Mostafa.
the team, but I just thought I'd mention that. Thanks.
Mostafa, I'm just checking with the other team members to see if we're ready to go.
Oh, okay, sure.
Mostafa, I was thinking, like, is it possible to maybe extend from 4:30 till the end of the day today, so that because of this ceremony, we won't have much time to like brush everything out?
And a few people have interviews as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Looks like my Manpower pushed everything on the last 2 days, so they are making you busy, guys. So no problem. As you like, if you want to make it end of the day, I can change it. No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if anybody else has a problem, like you still need more time, just let me know. I just want you guys to finish as soon as possible to get relaxed and relief. But yeah, no problem. Do you guys know if Kayum is joining us or not?
He's at least in as an observer. I know he's watching it. I'm not sure if he's like fully signed in or not at this point.
Okay. Is he going to represent or sorry to present anything or not, or?
He's got our PowerPoint, so I'm just trying to get him up and running.
Okay. Or even you can get him on the phone if you want.
I just need him to share his screen or send it back to me, one of the two.
Hey, yes, Mostafa, can you hear me?
As an observer, I know he's watching it. I'm not sure if he's like fully signed in.
Well, that was an interesting echo.
Colin, maybe you can ask him to leave the other meeting because this is what was happening at 10 o'clock today. So let him leave the other meeting, then he can sign here, like, because the delay in the voice means that he's still in the first one.
Yeah, don't use the link from email. Just let Mostafa call him.
All right.
By the way, guys, the session should be recorded. And I think somehow we'll have a link to this recording at the end, so you can share it if you want to share it with anybody.
I'm just going to update everyone. Kayum's having a little bit of trouble logging in, so we're going to set for 12:30 and then go from there.
Okay, so you want us to start at 12:30, correct?
Yeah, that just gives us some time to get him set up. I'm just wondering whether you should have him log out and then you should invite him back in or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to invite him. I invited him a lot actually, but he's not responding for whatever reason. Not sure what's the problem.
Okay.
But, yeah, I'm just worried about the recording because the video is still recording till now. It's now 2 hours and about 15 minutes. So if we leave it for 15 minutes, we'll have just a gap in video, but I'm not sure how to pause it if there is an option like this or not. I don't know.
Well, but just have you guys pushed it to Azure? Like, can you maybe demonstrate the website while he's trying?
We tried to push it into Azure last night. I'm gonna have to talk with you guys about how you did it, but when I got through just setting up the storage space alone, I was looking at a $400 bill for some reason, so I killed it at that point.
Oh, well.
I was a little over the credit limit we had, so I'm not too sure what I was doing wrong, but
it's probably the instance size or your backup disk that you chose. You got to choose all kind of like the lowest of all entry level stuff. Otherwise, you start, yeah.
No, you have to use your SAIT email account. Only students get that credit.
Even with the new free account, though, they give you that $260 credit.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah.
It's a year free, so it might be that they're not actually going to charge you, but yeah.
But were you using SAIT account, Colin?
No, I was using mine because I had the $260
that
credit.
Is why. Yeah. Oh.
So, yeah, and I can't afford.
Like I logged in with SAIT account and it just gave me $260 credit. Yeah.
I got a 260 with the personal one too, but when you're looking at like just getting the SQL database up there, costing that much was just like it was too much. So
that's weird.
Sure
like as of today, with all the API calls that Cobos did, we spent like $5.
I know it didn't make sense, but
watch the video guys for Azure. The intro video, he explains in it how that's 12 months free, even though there's charges. They're just kind of they're not real. I don't know how to explain it, but that counter just helps you watch your interface so that you can kind of get used to the billing cycles and monitoring and that kind of thing, and then eventually. But however, the caveat is if you choose certain things that are, if you're going to choose the best of everything, you're going to get asked to pay for it. So in that free or trial account, try to select, like the lowest size of instance, the lowest size of space required, no redundancy, all that kind of stuff, and then you won't get charged.
And Colin, I wanted to say maybe Kayum is also have problem logging to his SAIT account. So maybe just give him a hint that it's year, month, date. So because it's different from how we log into Brightspace, right, to DTL, right? Where it's the reverse order, day, month, year. Okay. So, yeah. So that was an issue Anant had. I myself tripped a lot on that. So maybe that's what he's having to.
No, he's able to log in
to
a different instance of the meeting. But he's trying to speak and he's trying to share his desktop and it's not working. So, all right, I'm going to.
So maybe ask him to send you the presentation and just take a lead.
Yeah, he just did.
Okay.
Oh, for God's sake. Hey, so I got what you sent. Still there? No, you just sent me something. And those are just the screenshots that Francis had sent earlier.
We can hear you, Colin. Mostafa, can I have a question while we're waiting? So you said you are not using Azure because you're deploying on Linux, but when I was setting things up, they do have Linux as well, and it's like, my personal opinion, it's way more user-friendly and intuitive than what we saw the AWS was offering, right? So what's the advantage of using AWS? Why do you prefer AWS over Azure?
So yes, it's for sure Microsoft stuff is more friendly. Amazon stuff is really even their console is awful. Actually, it doesn't look nice at all. It's not human friendly. But the point is maybe because it's older. Maybe AWS is much older than Azure. Azure is kind of recent. So maybe I just got used to it. Both will offer the same options, like Windows, Linux, whatever hosting you like. But maybe because I used to use AWS, I'm not sure about the pricing difference. I didn't compare pricing actually. But generally speaking, maybe you can say just I used to it.
Just got used to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I hear Microsoft was only offering Microsoft Server in the past, but now they definitely have the Linux, and .NET Core is now multi-platform too, right? So it's pretty convenient. Just right-click publish. The last thing I had such experience was when I pushed things on iWeb from Apple.
Yeah, that's for sure. But you can say maybe I'm not the type of person who would take the easiest way. Like I would go for some optimization and getting the best of whatever I can get.
Yeah.
Hi, Mostafa, can you hear me now?
Here. Welcome, Kayum. We missed you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thanks. And sorry for keep you waiting so long because I was actually watching the whole meeting, so I didn't realize that you guys are not able to interact with me. Sorry for that.
Yeah,
so, Colin, are you there?
Yep, here.
Okay, how about John and Tran? Are you there too?
I'm here.
You betcha. Okay, so can we start now?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, let me share the screen. So is John introducing us, or do you want me to start?
No, sure thing. I can do the intros once you fire up the initial pages there.
Okay. Okay. So can you guys see my screen?
I see you only, not your screen.
Oh, okay.
I see your face.
It's not a bad face. But
okay, I think it should be okay now.
Ah, there we go.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So as part of the workshop 4, okay, let me make it a little bigger. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is our workshop 4. We used C# and .NET, and objective was to create a web application that allows a user access and edit certain database tables, and also to create a vacation package and save it to the database, validate specific user inputs, create a user document and guide for the app. And we had Windows app that has create and edit package content, edit suppliers, product bridge tables, and SQL database that has packages, products, suppliers, and bridge tables. The next one, as part of workshop 4, which is C# and .NET, the result we got that was created a web application that presents a single simple form that's easy to use, graphic user interface package creator calculator, uses a combination of table class objects, coded validation for date and cost compliance, added form security with user login control, and publish app and migrated SQL database to Azure, which is still in process. And this is the interface, as you can see. We have login security interface to verify credential against new table. We have package creator. This version basically has a package price calculator utility. The submission data matches the existing package table. And we can see also the editor, which allows user changes to existing entries. At the very bottom, you can see full edit capability exists for adding, deleting, changing supplies product. And for the workshop 4, which is ASP.NET, the objective was to create ASP.NET web pages for customer registration, customer login and registration update, customer purchase history. And the result was we created a web application. And at the very end of ASP.NET, we had login security interface to verify credentials against new table. We had a package creator. This version basically has a package price calculator utility. The editor allows user changes to existing entries, and also full edit capability exists for adding, deleting, changing supplies. So right now I would request Colin to show us the demo. So I will pass on to the presentation to Colin. Thanks for hearing me.
All right. Okay, so just so everybody know, everybody can see my desktop?
Yes.
I see.
Perfect. So we're trying to balance out a lot of the workload and work-life balance that came kind of over this last week, and some extraneous circumstances kicked in and whatnot. So what we ended up doing is kind of working this thing in silos, where two of us tackled the Windows application, and then two of us tackled the ASP.NET application. We'll start with the Windows application. The objective here was to create a kind of a simple, straightforward database table editor. Now you can see right now we've got a security credentials form up top. All of the data grid boxes right now are locked. So we'll just go in. We created a security logon table in the SQL database, so that you could store and access the passwords, and voila, we're up and running. So the first thing we created was a package creator. So this is basically a calculator. We've got some drop-down menus for the components, suppliers, and we put in the pricing. The idea we left the pricing and commission flexible because these things change over time. So if we wanted to just put in some rough numbers, let's see what we do here. The calculator has a simple function where if the commission is greater than the package price, it kicks back an error. So also created a validation around the dates. So if you hit submit, let's do this first. Double checks the dates and make sure that they're in linear order. So let's go down here. We also have a validation against null database points. So you need a package name and a description. Personal favorite. Boom. Update successful. It immediately updates the package editor table that we put down below. Because we have a creator above, we just left this. You cannot add or delete a row from here, but you can edit. So if you've made a mistake, once you've created a table, you can go back into the specific fields, do your changes. No, maybe not, but you can save the changes straight to the database. Keeping it on the simple and straightforward track, we just put the 2 more editors towards the bottom, one where you can add, subtract suppliers, edit their characteristics, same thing for products. Just put one in really quick. Boom. And that pretty much wraps that. All right, let's see if I can unshare now. So simple, straightforward, and local. I should add because we haven't got it up on the net yet. So, all right, I can hand this over to Francis.
Hi. Oh, I'm looking for a way to share my screen. Yes. Okay, I'm talking about the. Do you see my screen? Hello.
Yes.
My
Yes.
screen? Yeah. Okay, I'm talking about the ASP.NET project. Yeah, this is my project. Okay, I will know the website. Yeah. Okay, I will begin with, okay, with register new customer. Okay, all the required field request here. Okay, and I will try to create new customer, for example. I try to put the wrong password here. This is not a required field. And the phone number, we have to input by this format. Okay. And yeah. Now the register on the value from data. If you input here, if you will see the validation error here. Okay. We'll try. Okay, when we successfully register it directly, log out, log in that customer with the username here. Okay. Now I try to log out and log in again with that username. I will try to input. Invalid password. Okay. Now, with the username have just created, we can log in again. Okay, that's all we have done until now. And the remaining requirements we are continuing doing. We did not complete it yet until now. That's all for this project up to now. Thank you. Do you have any question?
Hello all. Does anyone have any questions? If not, I'll go through a little closing.
Thank you, guys. Any questions?
I'll take that as a good sign. Yeah, so just in closing, I'd like to echo kind of what Colin put out there, that we sort of divided and conquered. There are two main coders and two support roles. We kind of took a team approach at it, right? Two on one, two on the other. But you know, given our particular family situations, a lot of life happened in the meantime, and that's, I don't say that as an excuse, I say that as a reason, because that's just that's life after all. But you know, it's still a work in progress. We still have a few tweaks and changes to make before the deadline for submission this afternoon, and that's kind of where we are in the project. Thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you, guys. Sure, if you have any changes, any addition to make from now till the end of the day, or even if you need more time, just let me know. We can accommodate it. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I'm happy actually, at least for the energy and, you know, passion to make it to the last minute. So that's good actually. But anyways, yeah, good job. So anybody else has comments or questions or anything to say?
Yeah, Irada from Alpha Centauri. I just wanna congratulate everyone, because when last week or a couple weeks ago, we actually had Teams class, it was so challenging. And just to tackle this project on its own, like in the beginning, we were like, oh my God, like this is like real stuff. We don't even know how to approach. But step by step, we actually managed to go through and managed to actually create such a beautiful thing that we're proud of. And I just want to say that like if anyone had hiccups or configure things or anything, right? So it's absolutely normal, because there was only 1 week literally to figure things out. And I'm glad that we actually managed to work as teams and share things and actually split the task that we did. And I'm so happy with our team, because everyone took like little pieces and put their best efforts into that. And I just want to congratulate you guys. All should be proud of yourself. Great job.
Thank you, Irada. For sure, guys, you all did great job, and it was great working with everybody of you. And I hope actually you enjoyed it at the same time. And I'm hoping actually to see you all in near future, in like, you know, and you are doing your great job. So you have my contact information. Just keep in contact, keep in touch. If you need anything anytime, let me know. By all means. And yeah, so any other questions, any other comments?
I'll just echo what Irada said. It's been quite the ride for everybody. Obviously not what we planned when we started.
Yeah.
You know, we've all had to kind of go with this, and like this last team said, you know what, life happened. You go with it. You cry, you scream, you yell, you smile, you nod, and you say, okay, we made it through, yay. And now you guys have an incredible amount of skills under your belt, and you can say, hey, you know what? I survived school through a pandemic. I managed my family, I managed my time. I've got these incredible skills of working from home, and now you can literally work anywhere in the world, because now you have these skills of working from home. So you did it, you figured it out. A couple more hours on the project, you'll get it done, you'll get it submitted, and the sense of relief you're gonna have is gonna be amazing. So good job. I know everybody probably wants to take a bit of a break before we move into the next Zoom meeting. Awesome. Thank you so much for hanging in there. You did really, really well.
Thank you, Lisa. Yes, thank you for all the guidance and great job. We just were discussing, like, when this program started, we didn't know half of the words we're using now, right? Maybe 100% of the words. Now at least we understand when we read the job postings, like what is required, and we can actually intellectually talk about that. And thank you to SAIT for that. Thanks.
Thank you so much for your great effort, Mostafa, with us through both projects. It was a pleasure working with you. Thank you, Mostafa.
Thank you, Anas.
Thank you.
And thank you, Lisa and Karen, for the support as well.
So what time are we meeting and how? Like, will someone call us, or is there a link?
Angela should have sent out a Zoom meeting. Let me just.
Right, yes, I think I saw the email.
Yeah, I think Angela sent a Zoom meeting invite. Let me just pull it up here.
Okay.
Before that happens, I won't be able to attend the Zoom meeting. I have to head out to Kamloops for some military stuff. So before that, I just want to say thanks to you all. It was fantastic meeting you all. You're an amazing, lovely, wonderful bunch of people. And I hope we keep in contact through the future.
We'll drive safely.
Thank
and
you.
yeah, Angela sent out a meeting. The one we have is just to Karen and I, so I'm assuming she sent everybody one. So yeah, check your mailboxes, and that's scheduled to go at 1. So I'm sure everyone probably could use a bio break and move, get up and walk around, because I know everybody's been attached to their computers this last little while.
All right, take care, everybody, and we'll see you in the other meeting in a few minutes. If you're not able to join us, stay safe out there, and we look forward to staying in touch. We will be in touch with you about getting computers and things back later. But just wanted to wish you all the very best in case some of you can't join us this afternoon. All right, talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
So are we getting back at 1 or did I miss that part?
Yeah,
What
just
time
check your email. I think Angela sent email. There's a link.
When was the mail sent? Because I don't have any mail in my mailbox.
Just check
Yeah,
for
virtual
Angela.
convocation celebration. Yes, 1 to 2:30, guys, and it was sent to my Gmail, and there is a link. Okay,
All right.
so see you guys in 15 minutes. Bye.
All right.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you, Mostafa. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mostafa. Bye.
Thanks, Mostafa. Appreciate it.
Your course has been wonderful. Thank you, Mostafa.